you add fishing nets. So we've had some fantastic feedback on fishing overall. We've obviously a bunch of the YouTubers have jumped on, and we've we've had several videos from 454. Prof Incognito's done several videos. Captain Cockerel's Stormworks Unlimited, and a lot of the feedback is kind of common and consistent, and then other stuff. Everyone's kind of got their own ideas for how to do stuff. Obviously, fishing nets is a big one. When we released the fishing rod stuff, I think we were clear that we don't think that fishing rod is the only type of fishing that players are asking for, and there's actually, when people ask, say, please add fishing, they actually mean commercial fishing, or they actually mean crabbing, or there's a bunch of different stuff. So we're very aware of that, and I think that there certainly is scope for. I mean, to be honest, there's still scope for a fishing DLC. I don't think we'll do it. I think what we'd probably want to do is just do some more fishing free major updates. But I think there's so much, especially with the community feedback we've had. It's really allowed us to think what the logical next steps with fishing would be. I think the positive feedback has been really useful, because you can see there is a lot of demand for more fishing and fishing mechanics and more in-depth fishing. Certainly looking at the game, the commercial fishing side, I mean, the idea of designing your own commercial fishing boat, it's the perfect framework for it as a format. So yeah, it would be great to do that. We would like to add fishing nets, and we'd like to do a bunch of other new fishing features too. Really, we're just listening to players on what they think is important. But I think fishing net is quite high on the list. If I quickly dive off to, I maybe won't broadcast my my to-do list. But I'll just have a quick look at the list of other stuff that I noted down had been requested for commercial fishing, because I have been watching videos and reading a support tracker with a notepad, writing stuff down with the task board in front of me, adding task ideas to discuss with the development team and stuff like that. So we've got quite a few stuff. Obviously there's fishing nets. There's, I suppose, fishing biomes, where you've got like different fish in different locations and potentially shoals and things like that. Players have also been asking for fish finders. They've been asking for lobster pots, crab pots. They've been asking for more in-depth fishing rod mechanics, maybe the ability to set the float depth, the kind of Red Dead Redemption style fishing, where you kind of got to fight the fish a little bit and reel out and not just reel in constantly. We've also got rod holders, trawling lines. There's, I suppose, Captain Cockerel's went into a lot of detail on, I guess, lifting up the lobster pots and how you handle the ropes that's associated with that. And these are important details, important mechanics. So we're very interested in all of that, and we're thinking about it all. But we obviously do want to get it right, don't we? So these are all ideas. I doubt we'll do everything I just discussed, but I would like to do some of it, and I'd like to maybe do more fishing updates, or at least another fishing update, and we'll just see where it goes from there. So at some point in the future, hopefully we'll be seeing another fishing update.
Next question was a good one. It was about fishing nets specifically, but Deltars went into some more detail about this and all the different parts of fishing. When the fishing major update first came out, some of the community, some of the grouchier parts of the community kind of proclaimed, this is what you thought we wanted. You can kind of tell by the tenor and the way he's talking here that they knew that we were going to want different types of fishing. There was a big backlash after the pressurization update. Some of the community was asking for them to do smaller updates that are more fleshed out, less buggy. And so that seems like what they did with the first iteration of the fishing update. They did a major update. It was the fishing rod. I think some people underplay the parts that were involved in this. We did get a couple parts. We got the fishing rod and we got the vacuum for the ducts. They also had to add all the logic for the fish. So they had to make the fish work, make sure the fish are attracted to the fishing line. They had to do the mechanics for the bobber. They had to do the mechanics for the fishing line itself, how the fish can pull on the line. They had to do the art for the different parts. So I think people sometimes will underplay this. They'll say, oh, it was a major update and it only added a fishing rod. But there were some behind the scenes things they had to add to fish behavior, hoppers, vacuum, rod. And then he goes into the different types of fishing. So net fishing, fishing pots. He calls out a couple of us in the YouTube community for making some videos on some interesting things of how to accomplish this. Deltars talks about how, he intimates that from the beginning they knew that we were going to want more of these different types of fishing. Some of the community was acting as though they don't know this already. And he talks about he wants to put this out as major updates. It's not going to come as a DLC, commercial fishing. Likely it'll come out as major or major updates, plural. And so likely we will be getting some more types of fishing coming in the future. And so that is very exciting. He talks about the infrastructure being there now. That was kind of my thought when the fishing major update first came out, that they're laying the groundwork, they're laying the infrastructure. They immediately before and after the fishing major update came out, were asking us, the community, for our input for more types of fishing. This to me was some pretty obvious subtext talking about how, yes, they want to do more types of fishing. Please tell us what you would like. And some of the community took it as though, like, this is all you're going to give us. And I think that was a bad read, frankly. I don't think they were reading well enough. Their plan, I think, is to introduce fishing as one part, and then as the community responds and they kind of get an idea of what the community would like next, then they can make another major update with some fishing content. So definitely sounds like we're going to be getting at least some of it. I doubt we'll get all of it, but it definitely sounds like we'll be getting some of this commercial fishing content.